Times are tough at the moment. We're facing this enemy we can't see. And it's even worse than the terrorism threats and the scary thoughts of being blown up in a plane. It's come to a fact that so many communities have been locked down, right? It's a crisis we haven't seen in over 7 decades. So in this video I will give you the tools that you need to survive this crisis and to live the life you still deserve. Keep watching. We're living in crazy times at the moment. We're locked in our homes. The place you can go is just the place you have outside. And even if you don't have a total lockdown where you have papers needed to even get out on the streets, you're still bounded to your home. And it is necessary, of course it is, to bound this whole pandemic. There are drastic measurements we need to take. But how do you keep sane in situations like this? In the next series I will take you on some insights that I've learned during my time as a personal leadership coach, how you can master your mindset and how you can change your way of thinking so you won't get crazy in a crisis like this. And I'd like to share those lessons with you in these video series. So this guide to fight and to win the corona war, the inner corona war you're fighting, we need to take a look at our mindset. Because everything we experience, everything we feel, makes us think in a certain way. And it's the other way around. The way we think is also the way we feel. So it's a combined effort that's happening there. And the moment you lose your mind of not controlling it, but having others controlling your mind, they will also control your feelings. So if we can conquer that, that is your recipe for getting through this crisis on a sane way, right? Not getting crazy. Because it is hard, of course it's hard. And now we're bound at home, and whatever your home situation is different to what it was before. So either you live alone and you'll be lonely, or you'll be with your family 24/7, which can be a challenge. So what do you do in order to create a right mindset? Let's first take a look at the decisions you have. It's so important to understand that you always have a decision, and the decision determines what you do, right? Every decision we make or take has a result in it, right? We either do something or we don't do something, or we want to try something, but that's a decision you can make. Now, it's the same with your mindset. The things that you think about, the things that you get influenced by, is up to you. That's your decision. If you decide to listen to the radio all day long, to the news radio, or watch CNN all day, that's your choice. And that makes you feel a certain way. Or if you decide you want to see all the messages about Corona on the news websites or on Facebook or Instagram, it's your decision. And whether you decide you want to do that has a result. So when we're in a crisis like this, you don't want to get influenced by so many outer inputs, right, that will control your way of thinking. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you shouldn't be informed. That's important, you should be informed. So you should be following the news in a certain way. But should you watch it 8-9 hours a day? Or even longer? Or should you read all the messages, all the friends and friends of friends on Facebook, so-called proclaimed self-knowledge sources of information? No, you don't. You can decide differently. Actually, I even turned off the messaging from my Facebook, the signaling. Then when I have some new things going on Facebook, right? I turn it off because it drives me nuts. I'm not watching Facebook all day. I'm checking it so now and then, just as the news. I watch the news, I see what's happening, I see the press conferences from presidents, leaders, governments. I know what to do. So that's what I can do. There's just one thing that I can do, right? I can do what I need to do. And I don't need to worry about the things that I can control. A wise man once said, if you can't change it, don't worry. And if you can change it, don't worry. So the moment you decide whether you can or you can't change it, you can decide what you're gonna feel. So don't I worry about the world or myself, my own health? No, not really. Because I know that everyone is doing what they can. I do what I can. You can do what you can. The government is doing what it can. The people in the hospitals are doing what they can. The scientists for finding an antidote or understanding how this virus works, they're doing what they can. So if we're all doing what we can, you don't have to worry, because there will come a solution in some way. And even if you are already infected by the disease and you're suffering from it, I wish you well. I dearly wish you well, and I hope you'll survive. And the reason of survival is fighting, right? You need to keep fighting for that. It's so important for any success in life, whatever issue it is, whatever crisis or situation it is. You need to fight and never give up. If you fight and you never give up, you will succeed. And that gives hope, that gives the desire, that gives the understanding and the knowing that you will survive. So know that you will survive, that you can fight this with the help of others, with help of doctors, with help of medicine, whatever it is. I mean, that's the power of our community, right? We don't have to do it all alone. And even if you're in isolation and you're at home by yourself, sitting there all day long, you can't go out because you feel a little bit of the weather, right? You're not per se a victim of the coronavirus already, but still you need to stay inside. Do stuff that makes you feel happy, right? It's so important to find right now the things that you do like. Like I said in the beginning, the way we feel and the way we think are combined. You cannot be anxious when you feel happy. You cannot feel anxious when you think happy thoughts, right? So let's do a little experiment here. I want you to remember a party or a gathering or something you did with friends or family or your loved ones that really made you feel good, right? So take it up in your mind. What is it that you felt, that you were experiencing? What were you guys doing? The fun you were having, the laughter, the jokes, the crazy stuff, the good stuff, the good feeling, the love you felt for each other. Feel that. Just remember how that really felt, right? Interesting. You did feel that same feeling again, right? So we can control our mind and control our feelings. The moment we start remembering things, we start feeling the same way again. Our mind doesn't make a difference for what's real and what's in our mind, what we're thinking, right? It doesn't make a difference. For the mind, it's all real. So it will give all the signals to your body with your hormones and everything that's going on that makes you feel a certain way. So think happy thoughts to feel happy. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling depressed, if you lost all hope, if you worry about the future, decide to change your thoughts. Go read a book, go watch a movie, go WhatsApp with a friend or text with a friend. Do something that gets your mind off the situation and you will start feeling better. A very practical exercise that I want to close off for today is I want you to do every morning. The moment you wake up, and it's what I do every moment for quite a while already, and it kind of jump starts the day in a good way, right? In a positive vibe. You can do it when you wake up, you can do it when you go to bed and start, want to fall asleep. Let those things be the first things in your mind and the last things in your mind when you end the day. And it's gratitude, it's a practice of gratitude. Think of at least 4 or 5 things you're grateful for. And it can be anything. It can be the small things like having a nice dinner or having a chat with a friend. But it can be also the big things. Knowing that you're still safe and still healthy. Or breathing the air. You can still breathe the air, right? That's good. You can do something with it. You can be grateful for that. Every moment you take a breath of air, you should be grateful for that. Every moment you still wake up. I even say this morning, I'm grateful that I woke up, right? Because that's where life starts. So I'm grateful for that. So do this practice every day, and you'll see that you can jumpstart the day in that way and be it more positive. Because in crises like this, we need to understand that with a crisis always comes opportunities. And a very good example is the Japanese word of crisis, which is called kiki. And kiki means something kind of translated into threats, danger, and chances, opportunities. And those combined define the word crisis. And that's exactly what's going on. Of course, there's the danger, and you should be aware of it, and you should fight it, and you should do anything you can to fight that. Be healthy, sleep well, eat well, those kind of things. But on the other hand, there are opportunities, and you need to grab these opportunities by the hand as much as you can, and live your life that you desire.